pricked his ears, and Bristol followed the direction of his gaze. A toddler stood in the middle of the streaming crowd, sobbing as people bumped into him. He could get knocked down and trampled. "Clear the way!" Bristol's shout and Toby's plowing body cut a path through the crowd. They reached the boy just when another panicked adult thudded into him. Bristol grabbed the child as he started to topple and hefted him in her arms. "It's okay, buddy." Bristol used her best soothing tone as the little boy sobbed in her ear. Toby charged ahead and led the way out of the crowd, probably as eager as Bristol to escape the jostling and bumping. "See the doggy? Look at the doggy." The boy stopped the painful screaming and sniffed, his blue-eyed gaze drawn to the black dog pulling them ahead. They emerged in the open air outside the fleeing mob. "Toby." Bristol's one word brought Toby back to her side, the dog reaching his nose in the air to sniff the boy's dangling foot. Bristol spotted a female police officer posted at the entrance to the complex. Not ideal to take the child toward the bomb, but it was the fastest option when speed mattered. "Officer!" She moved toward the shout as Bristol headed her way. "Lost child?" Bristol nodded and handed the boy over. "Would you find his parents? And I need to get in. Explosives detection." Bristol pulled out her private investigator's dog handling license as ID. "Go ahead." The officer pointed toward the glass door she had been standing at before, the farthest left of the entrance doors. Must be locked from the inside or partitioned off, since none of the visitors were using it. "Thanks." Bristol walked quickly to the door just as a German Shepherd emerged from the crowd, an MPD officer in tow. The 40-something man's familiar sturdy build and 5'6" height that matched hers brought a smile to Bristol's lips. Officer Rick Miles and his canine, Duke. Her smile faded as quickly as it had come. She couldn't be sure what kind of reception she'd get from her former coworker, even though they'd been close enough friends that he and his wife had hosted her for dinner a couple times. She opened the door and held it for the other canine team. "Hey, Bachmann, good to see you." Miles gave her a smile as he passed through with Duke. "You too, Miles." Toby wagged his tail, but held true to his training and didn't try to smell the other dog as they followed Miles through the entryway and second set of doors. They rounded the barricade blocking the entry from the escaping people and stopped in the lobby, where the crowd dwindled to a trickle as the remaining visitors exited. "I'm glad the sergeant called the Phoenix Canine Agency to bring you in, too." Miles's green eyes pulsed with his characteristic insatiable energy. "Nick is out with an injury." "Oh, no." Heavy blow to the MPD bomb unit, losing the canine star of their most experienced detection team. "Is it bad?" "Just a sprain. Training injury. I'm glad we have backup now with your new partner." Miles grinned at Toby. "Me too." Relief washed through her. Maybe Miles understood why she had left MPD's bomb squad to join the private canine security and detection agency owned by Phoenix Gray. "So what have we got here?" Miles dropped his smile. "I was told the threat indicated an intention to blow up the dam, so there could be one or more devices anywhere in the building, or in the dam itself." Nerves twisted her insides. She'd hoped the target was a new visitor center, not the actual dam. She swallowed hard. "Wouldn't that cause flooding?" "Probably. The safety supervisor for the dam is supposed to meet us." "That's me." The masculine voice with a hint of roughness singed her ears. It couldn't be. "Sorry to be late." She turned to see the source of the voice. "I was overseeing the event." Remington Jones stood 6 feet away, his sentence dying off as his gaze locked on her face. He'd grown a closely trimmed beard, and his golden brown hair was longer on top, but there was no change in those unmistakable chocolate brown eyes, or the grin that slowly curved his mouth. "Bristol Bachmann." The sound of her name on his lips stirred her nervous stomach as though fish decided to take a swim in the tension pooling there. "You know each other?" Miles cut in like a life preserver. "Very well." Rem gave her a too familiar grin, as if they were still dating and she hadn't learned his true character. She tightened her abs, forcing away her silly schoolgirl flutters. She may have fallen for him 6 years ago, but she never made the same